Hi guys, this is the last section in our first lesson. The essential question again is, what are the three different types of solutions for a basic equation and how do you tell them apart? So we have three more vocabulary words to talk about. The first is an identity. It's an equation that is true for all values. So it's true for all values. And it's equal to the exact same thing. So here we go. I have an example here. So I have x plus 5 equals x plus 5. And if I subtract x from both sides, I get 5 equals 5. Look, there's no variables left. And it equals the exact same thing. It's 5 equaling 5. It could be 0 equals 0. It could be 4 equals 4. It could be a half equals a half. As long as it's the same thing equaling the same thing and there's no variable left, then it is an identity. Okay? The second one, the second type, is a contradiction. And it is an equation that is never true. And it does not have an answer. So if I solve n equals n plus 1, I subtract n from both sides, and I get 0 equals 1. It is never true. That's not true. So if again, no variables are left, right? I've solved it all the way down. There's no variables left. And this time, instead of getting the same thing equaling the same thing, I get one number equaling something, a totally different number. So it's not true. That's called a contradiction. Okay? And then the last one is called a conditional equation. And it's an equation that is sometimes true and sometimes false depending on what x equals. So it might be true, it might be false, depending on what x equals. Did you hear that last part? Depending on what x equals. So let's go ahead and solve here. So I would subtract 5. So I get 2x equals 12. Divide by 2. And x equals 6. So in this case, this equation is true when x equals 6. If x equals any other value, is the equation true? No. So that's what it means. It's sometimes true and sometimes false depending on the value. So identity, no x left. Contradiction, no x left. Conditional equation, there's an x left with a value. So I have to solve it all the way down to find out what that value is. Hope that helps explain that a little bit. Those are our three types of solutions, by the way: an identity, a contradiction, and a conditional equation. So here we go. For each solution set, find each solution set, then classify the equation as a conditional equation, an identity, or a contradiction. So here we go. We're going to solve for this. Here we go. So I distribute. So I have 4 plus 7x equals 7x plus 7. Subtract 7x, and I'm going to get 4 equals 7. Not true. So this is a and I can't spell contradiction. Contradiction. Probably spelled it wrong. Sorry, you guys, I don't spell very well, but there you go, contradiction. And then we have, oh, this one's going to be fun. Okay, so again, we're going to start on the very inside. So I'm not going to worry about the right side because it's all the way done. I'm not going to worry about that until we get the left side all figured out. So I'm going to distribute this 2 through first. So I've got 3 times 7 minus 14x plus 8 equals negative 40x plus 45. Beautiful. And then I'm going to simplify inside. So I've got 3 times negative 14x plus 15 equals negative 40x plus 45. Then I'm going to distribute this 3 again. and I've got negative 42x plus 45 equals negative 40x plus 45. So then I'm going to add 40x to both sides and then subtract 45 from both sides. And I get negative 2x equals 0. Divide by negative 2, and x equals 0. So I've got an x left, and it equals one number, so that means this is a solution. So that's how I do it. I solve until I have no variable left, and then I decide if it's an identity, a contradiction, or a conditional equation. Okay, guys, you have a few more problems to do, and then you have some homework on Delta Math. Thanks. I'll talk to you later. Bye.